Namaste and welcome to this short 20-minute practice where we can awaken the body and bring some energy into your day, your life. So let's begin on the hands and knees. You can spread the fingers wide, have the knees about hip-width apart, and activate the core here a little, so just drawing the navel into the spine. Notice the shoulders come over the wrist. You can take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, move into an active child's pose. So keeping the elbows, armpits a little buoyant here. Inhale forward. Feel the tail to crown lengthening and exhale back. Inhaling firm through the core so the lower back isn't sinking, and exhale this length. And just one more like this, coming forward and then curling the toes under and finding your way into downward facing dog. Making any little adjustments you need to there in your downward facing dog, and you might even like to just lift the heels one at a time, slowly waking up the legs. And then continue this walking on the spot, but start to walk the feet forward to the front of the mat. So you're coming into a forward fold position. And then from the front of the mat, walk all the way back into downward facing dog, taking the sit bones high. And coming forward to the front of the mat. And then walking back into down dog. Last time, finding your way to the front of the mat and placing the feet hip width apart. Knees are bent here and you can draw the chest to the thighs. Press into the feet so the legs are switching on here as you slowly roll the spine up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time on top of each other. And the head arrives last of all, and just noticing the blood moving down now out of the brain, balancing into the body. Feel the breath, the softness through the abdomen. Chest probably barely moving here. It's relaxing into the body. Then using your next inhale to float the arms all the way up and overhead. Knees soft, exhale, fold, chest to thighs. Take a breath in and lift the chest halfway. And then step the right leg back and come down to the right knee, low lunge. Inhale the arms up, while at the same time lifting the hips. Scissor the legs towards each other and feel that stability. And then to balance that, maybe there's a softness that moves all the way to the fingertips. Take one more breath in here. On your exhale, plant the hands down. Step back into plank, or you could start in half plank. Shifting shoulders forward over wrists on the inhale, look forward. Exhale, release to the earth. Find cobra. As you inhale, let the elbows move out to the sides, broaden across the chest. Releasing down on the exhale. As you firm through the belly, support the lower back, transitioning through hands and knees, and keep that activation on as you lift the hips into down dog. Find stillness here in dog pose. Relax into that soft belly breathing. Use your next inhale to smoothly glide the right leg to the air. Exhale and step the foot forward in between the hands. Come down to the left knee. As you inhale the arms up, feel the hips lift. Maybe take the gaze just a little higher. Feel everything in the body uniting together in this most harmonious state. And you can exhale the hands down. Take a step forward as you inhale and look forward, lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. A reverse swan dive as you come all the way up, bringing the palms overhead and exhaling down through center. And we'll keep flowing here. So inhale the arms up. Lead with the heart, exhale, fold. Breathing in, lift halfway. Left leg steps back, just one breath here in our low lunge. So on your inhale, lift the arms, lift the hips, the gaze, and exhale, frame the front foot. Step back into plank or half plank. Inhaling forward, exhale, release to the earth. One long, smooth inhale into cobra, or you might be playing with sphinx today. Release on the out breath. Core switches on as you transition, hands and knees, downward dog. And then could you let the core be a little softer now? Perhaps look up towards the navel. On your inhale, smoothly take the left leg to the air. Exhale the foot forward in between the hands. One breath here as you inhale, lifting the arms, the fingers, the gaze, the breath, and exhaling, coming down. Inhale, step the back foot forward, look forward. Fold on the out breath and just check in here that the feet are hip width apart. We're coming into Utkatasana or chair pose. So as you bend the knees, sink the hips down into the chair and take the arms up alongside the body, or you could even bring the hands together here. In your chair pose, or often translated as fierce pose, just see if you can find a little bit of pulsation. Imagine relaxing the seat into the most comfortable chair. Press into the feet as you breathe in, rise up. Exhale to fold. Unlock the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Step the right leg back. You might choose a high lunge this time. A little bend through the back knee to begin with. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back slightly. Taking the arms up. Keep bending into the front knee. Once you've got your balance, you might like to start straightening the back leg. One more breath in. And the exhale lowers the hands down. Step back into your plank or half plank. Inhaling forward. Exhale, release down to the earth. You could find cobra here again, or you might like to join in locust pose as you inhale, lifting up. A little bend through the elbows and the knees. Open the fingers, spread the toes. Releasing down and bringing the hands under the shoulders. Coming up through hands and knees and finding your down dog. Notice the jaw can relax. Inhale the right leg to the air. Exhaling the foot forward, high lunge. Take your time, build from the ground up. Set up that strong, steady foundation. Enjoy the openness through the sides of the body. So rather than feeling the arms extended as effort, notice this opening, like you've opened the windows and you can breathe in, let that fresh breath, that fresh energy pour into the body. On your next exhale, plant the hands down at the front of the mat. Take a breath in, step the back leg forward, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Sinking into your seat as you set up for chair pose, inhaling the arms up. Press into the feet, take another breath in, bring the palms lightly to touch. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting halfway before stepping the left leg back, high lunge. Inhale, arms extend upward. On the exhale, frame the front foot. You might like to bring both hands inside that front foot. Begin to straighten the front leg and steer that front hip back slightly. This will be your right hip. You could even use a block under the hands. As you breathe in, lunge, lift the chest, lift the gaze, straightening the leg on the exhale. Chest to the thigh. Coming forward, front knee bends, back knee comes down to your mat. Right hand to thigh. Inhale, left arm up. Opening the window. Breathing in. Side body loves it. Inhale the arm up before placing it back down on the mat on the inside of this front foot. It could be on a block here, it might be on a fist. Option to pick up the back knee as you breathe in, twist. Taking the bottom ribs around to the long side of your mat. Take one more breath in, see if you can open the heart up just a little more. As you exhale, bring the hands down on the inside of the front foot. Lower the back knee. Maybe you could take that back knee a little further back. Find your lizard lunge here. You might like to bow the head. This time you can let the hips be heavy. Sinking down, you may like to walk the front foot a little wider. You could even come down to the forearms if you prefer. Soften the fingers. Release the back teeth. Coming back to the hands if you were on the elbows. Walk the foot back in if you took it wide. Lift up through the back knee and walk the hands around so you're now in a wide leg forward bend. Where you could turn the big toes in slightly here like a snow plow. Let the head decompress, the spine, the weight of the head drawing down the weight and feeling that freedom in between each vertebrae. You can walk the hands back around to the front of your mat. Frame the front foot. Step back into plank or half plank, or you may switch straight into down dog. Moving through your connecting vinyasa as you exhale, release. Taking your back bend of choice here. It may be locust, sphinx, cobra, or even up dog. Releasing down the hands under the shoulders. Coming up through hands and knees into down dog. Left leg glides to the air with your in-breath. And then stepping the foot forward in between the hands. Finding your high lunge. Second time on this side, just revisiting the pose. Moment by moment, feeling the subtle shifts within, and the hands can come down. Straightening the front leg, steering the left hip back. Right heel moves down towards the mat. Inhale forward into a lunge, look forward. Exhale, lengthen, straighten the front leg and bow the head to the earth. Coming forward so you can bring the back knee down onto the mat. Left hand to the knee or shin and inhale the right arm up. You might like to turn and look up towards the sky. Release the arm back as you inhale, lengthen a little higher, and then exhale the hand down, block, fist, fingertips, pick up the back knee, and as you breathe in, extend from hand to hand across the chest, rotating around to the long side of the mat. The back leg is still active, the calf, the back of the thigh lifting upward. As you exhale, you can release the hands down with the back knee. You might bring the hands on the inside of this foot. Release the back toes. Give yourself the space that you require. Perhaps come to the elbows or take a support. Become aware. The body receiving the breath. You may be able to let the abdomen be soft here. Sometimes we hesitate to let those abdominal muscles relax, but right now, give yourself that permission. You can prepare to come all the way up and lift up the back knee so you can walk around to the long side of the mat, finding that wide leg position. Take the left hand to the middle of the mat or the middle of your stance, and as you inhale, extend the right arm up. On the exhale, lower that top hand and simply switch it over. Opposite arm lifts upward as you inhale. Maybe take the gaze up as well. Release on the exhale. Inhale to open. Expand to the top fingertips. Releasing down and moving to the other side with your breath. And as you return to center, you might like to bend the elbows here a little. Relax the neck and shoulders and just wash it out here. Knees can begin to bend and you can walk your way back around to the front of the mat, stepping the back foot forward and coming into your forward fold. Take a breath in and lift the chest halfway. As you exhale, fold chest to thighs. Plant the hands down, walking all the way back into your downward facing dog. Lowering down to the knees, you might like to widen the knees here, sit back on the heels. Bend the elbows, bring the forearms to the mat, or even make a pillow under the forehead, but do have support for the head. As the elbows bend, you can allow the shoulders to switch off a bit more now here. And imagine you've simply tucked yourself into your own private cocoon. And within this cocoon, you can feel your whole body turning down the effort, willingly taking this chance to pause, noting that all of the muscles of the face have now relaxed. Tuning into the sound of your breath. Switching off the buttocks so the hips naturally become a little heavier. Exploring the opening and the freedom that's now available to you through the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. From here, you may like to take a little bit more time to sit in a quiet meditation practice. You may like to lift up and just go on and roll over onto your back and enjoy extending out the limbs. Taking whatever it is that you need in this continuing practice of yoga and life.